On April 10, 1912, the RMS Titanic, the largest and most luxurious ship ever built, set sail from Southampton, England, bound for New York City, proudly called unsinkable and celebrated as a marvel of human engineering, wealth, and ambition. On board were a mix of families, wealthy businessmen, and hopeful immigrants, each carrying dreams, aspirations, and the weight of their past. The Titanic was more than a vessel. It was a floating palace boasting grand dining halls, sparkling chandeliers, swimming pools, lavish cabins, and gilded salons that seemed to glow under the soft morning light. First-class passengers wandered the deck in elegant attire, enjoying fine meals, live music, and luxurious leisure, while third-class passengers shared cramped quarters below deck, laughing and talking as they dreamed of a new life in America, holding on to hope despite the hardships of their journey. The crew meticulously maintained order, ensuring the ship's immense machinery, ropes, and lifeboats were in perfect condition. For days, the voyage felt magical, with sunsets reflecting off the calm Atlantic waters and the sound of waves mingling with laughter and music. But on the night of April 14, 1912, the icy Atlantic waters hid a deadly threat, a massive iceberg looming silently in the darkness. At 11:40 p.m., a deafening crash reverberated through the ship as the Titanic scraped against the iceberg, opening a deadly wound in its hull. Panic quickly spread among passengers who were initially unaware of the danger. Water began flooding the lower decks, and the unsinkable ship slowly began to succumb to the icy depths. Crew members shouted orders, trying to calm passengers, while women and children were prioritized for the lifeboats. Brave men helped others into safety, couples held hands tightly, and strangers comforted one another as the freezing Atlantic chilled every heart. Lifeboats were too few, and chaos reigned, but the ship's orchestra continued to play, their music echoing eerily through the panic-stricken decks, a haunting symbol of courage and dignity amid disaster. As the night wore on, the bow sank deeper and the stern rose high, creaking and groaning under pressure. The Titanic broke apart, metal twisting, and icy water rushed onto the decks, swallowing the screams of the desperate and leaving only shadows and chaos in its wake. By 2:20 a.m., the Titanic vanished beneath the waves, claiming more than 1,500 lives and leaving behind only floating debris, drifting lifeboats, and the silent, dark Atlantic. The Carpathia arrived hours later, rescuing survivors whose faces were etched with grief, relief, and the shock of loss. The disaster exposed the arrogance of human design, social inequality, and the limits of technology, leading to lifeboat regulations, ice patrols, and maritime safety reforms that would forever change the way ships were built and sailed. Yet, the Titanic has become immortal in stories, films, and collective memory, a powerful symbol of human ambition, tragedy, courage, hope, and vulnerability, reminding generations that even our greatest creations can fall, and that nature's power is absolute, as the story of the unsinkable ship continues to fascinate and haunt the world over a century later. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.